What's up, everybody? This is Miranda Alcaraz, and this is episode number 30 of the More Than Nothing podcast. If you're watching this, we are in my bedroom because it is March 25th, 2020. I don't know why that sounded weird, 2020. Anyway, it's March 25th, 2020, and even if you're listening to this 2 years in the future, we are all stuck at home right now due to this coronavirus quarantine, stay home thing. And so, if you're listening to this in the future, you know what happened. We don't know what's going to happen yet. But for right now, we're all being asked to stay home. So here we are in my bedroom, which is honestly the only room in my house that's even usable right now for the most part, because my downstairs is still under construction. So if you follow me at all, you know that for the past 2 months, actually over 2 months, 2 months and a week now, my whole house has been under construction. I am currently 35, almost 36 weeks pregnant. And here we are in the middle of a pandemic. So that's what's going on. And I think as far as More Than Nothing goes, this message, whether it's for exercise or just taking care of yourself, or for crying out loud with what's going on right now, just literally like brushing your teeth and doing your hair and getting dressed for the day, More Than Nothing is all that people are really putting in right now in a lot of different ways. And I think, the message is important. And of course, I believe that everybody should still, whether it's for their health or for their sanity or for whatever reason, exercise and taking care of yourself and applying More Than Nothing and everything that we've talked about in the past 29 episodes is so, so important. So if this is the first time you're listening to this podcast, please go back and listen to some of the other episodes, because the things that we talk about in those about just staying in it and showing up and being consistent are so important for everyone right now, when just allowing things to get sloppy and lazy seems like the easiest thing to do. And it's easy when we're home all day to get distracted or to get just lazy and watch Netflix all day, or, not get out of our PJs. It's important for all of us right now to find More Than Nothing in pretty much every area that we can. So, but what I wanted to talk about today was, I saw a quote on Instagram, and I actually didn't film an episode last week. Last week was when all of this stuff with the coronavirus started happening. There was a lot of stress for me personally with my pregnancy, and figuring out what was going to happen. There were a lot of changes that were happening where I was originally planning on giving birth at a birth center, which is where it's not a hospital birth, but it's also not a home birth. It's kind of like a good in between, and where it feels more authentic. You feel more connected to the people who are delivering your baby. It feels more genuine. You can get up and move around more. You can get in the bathtub and the shower and bring your candles and your playlist, and it's cozier than a hospital, but it's not at home. So that was the plan. And last week, everything was up in the air. There's so many restrictions now around who can be there and who can come to appointments. They were canceling my appointments, and there was just a lot of stress for me last week. So we did not do an episode last week, but I saw a quote on Instagram last week that I knew I wanted to do an episode about for this podcast. And I don't honestly remember now what the quote was. I thought it was a James Clear quote, but when I went back to find it, it was not on his page. And of course I didn't save it. I think I put it in my story, but now it's long gone. But it was talking about the difference between patience and perseverance and the importance of both things. And I think one of the things that we talk about a lot, I know for me in the fitness industry, especially when I'm trying to get people to make their nutrition and their exercise their lifestyle, not like a short 8-week or 12-week program. We talk a lot about patience and how important that's going to be, and how the one thing that people lack And the reason that they don't see lasting results is because they're too impatient. They want things to happen overnight. And if they don't see it happen overnight, they give up and they try the next thing and the next thing. And how important patience is. And in this quote, the way that they worded that patience and perseverance are both important. And I really started thinking about those two words and how they do get lumped in together a lot, but they are different. So I put out a little Google search because I figured I'm not the only person who's thought about this and these two words together and how they're similar but different. And of course, I found like a really cool write-up about the key differences between patience and perseverance. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys today and leave you with just something to think about for yourself, especially during this time. Are you just at home being patient and waiting, or are you persevering through this situation? And even if it's not this quarantine, when you're listening to this, there's always going to be times in your life where, yeah, you might be willing to be patient, but are you willing to actually continue to take action? Or are you just kind of like standing by and waiting for things to improve or waiting for things to happen? There is a difference there. So it says patience and perseverance are two qualities that are very much linked together, although there is a difference between the two words. Patience suggests tolerance or endurance of difficult situations. On the other hand, perseverance suggests determination, where an individual strives to achieve his target. So are you just patiently waiting, or are you actively pursuing improvement? There's a difference there. And I think neither one of them is necessarily wrong, but the mindset for where you're at and what you're willing to do is definitely different for those two words. Perseverance indicates action, patience does not. So that's like the main difference. What is patience? Patience is the ability to accept delay or trouble calmly. And I think there are definitely times in our lives where we just need to have patience, because maybe there is no action for us to take. I can't currently control when the world is going to go back to normal and I can go sit at Starbucks and work, or go back to our office and have all of our staff here to work out with us every day. I'm not currently in control of that. So there's no action that I can take to fix that situation. So patience is needed right now. I need to be able to accept delay or trouble calmly. I'm also the mom of a toddler. Sometimes there's no action I can take if he's losing his mind, or if he's, learning something, or if he's just having a day. Sometimes me trying to change that or push him toward one thing or the other is actually going to be the opposite of helpful. Sometimes I just need to be able to stand there and let him feel what he's feeling and let him go through what he's going to go through and just be patient. So patience is extremely important in situations where you are not the person, or you are just not in control. There's not a lot that you can do to change the situation. Perseverance, on the other hand, is continuing in spite of difficulty or lack of success. So perseverance comes along when you've decided to make health and fitness your lifestyle, let's say, and you've been patient and you start to see results, and it took like 12 weeks, but you kind of like kept going. There will be a time when perseverance is going to be necessary, when you get injured, when your gym is taken away from you, and now you are in a situation where the normal atmosphere or the normal equipment or the normal people that you're used to working out around are no longer gone. You do have a choice in this situation to continue acting, or to just say, okay, well, I'm going to be patient and wait till this is over and not do anything to continue moving forward. So perseverance, there will come times over and over and over again. And that's true if you're trying to run and own a business. There are definitely parenting times where perseverance, I know as I take on this role of trying to homeschool Knox, there will be patience moments and there will be perseverance moments where we try something, it doesn't work. We try something new, it doesn't work, but we're going to continue to try and try and try over and over again. And persevere through those situations that I'm sure are to come. I've learned this for sure in my personal fitness journey, which is why, I feel so strongly about sharing it through the trials that I've had with injury and pregnancy and moving and just all of the things that you just keep showing up and you keep pushing forward. What's the difference between patience and perseverance? Okay, so the actual definition of patience is patience can be understood as the ability to accept or delay trouble calmly. Perseverance refers to continuing in spite of difficulty or lack of success. Patience is waiting, you're tolerating it, and perseverance is action. So I don't have a lot more for you guys today. It's just something that I wanted you guys to think about is in this situation that I'm in right now. And if you're listening to this next week, you're probably still listening to it, trying to work from home or stuck with your kids home from school. And you're also trying to work and you're like going stir crazy. Are you being patient through it? Or are you deciding to take action and persevere? Are you making the absolute best of the situation that you can? Knowing that you can't change when it's going to go back to normal or if it ever will go back to normal, but you can decide what actions you're going to take toward still reach whatever your goals were a month ago before all of this happened. Are you still pushing toward those things? Are you still taking action toward those things? Or are you just kind of waiting for everything and then you'll do something? I encourage you guys to do what you can and control what you can and persevere through this situation right now. And that might come in the form of, hey, I'm just going to educate myself more on, like, if your goal was to lose weight before or your goal was to become healthier, now's the time, if you have free time, to download some podcasts, to read some books, to listen to Atomic Habits, because I've talked about it so many times, and listen to it on your walks outside, or, not on your drive because none of us have anywhere to go. But educate yourself or learn that you can do workouts at home. If you're used to working out in the gym, learn that I am capable of keeping this lifestyle up no matter what life throws at me. All I have is like a few little objects that I might be able to throw into my workouts around my house, but I'm not going to just patiently wait until I'm told I can go back to the gym. I'm going to show that I persevere and I'm committed to this lifestyle no matter what happens to me. If you were planning on, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine if you were planning on starting a business and you were like in the process of that and this happened, this would be a nightmare, and I can completely understand that. So what can you do now? Can you learn more about what you were planning on doing? Can you change your plan at all? Can you build better relationships through social media to build your brand or whatever it is that you were trying to build? Are there things that you can do? Are there actions that you can take so that you're not just stuck waiting in a situation that you don't have control over? Please think about these things. Please understand that to be truly, truly successful, we need both patience and perseverance. And so I encourage you guys not just to sit around and wait, but to be doing something about it in every situation that you can. We'll see you next time. And hang in there, guys.